Welcome to NewYorkChew.com and our latest Mayoral Mashup. In our Mayoral Mashup, we ask voters, elected officials, and other policy leaders a simple question. What do you think will be the biggest issue that our new mayor will face when he or she takes office in January? For this Mayoral Mashup, we spoke with voters attending a Republican candidate forum hosted by the New York Young Republican Club. Here's what they had to say.
I think the most important issue is uniting our city around the idea that we all are our brother's keepers. New York is a great place to live, and I think we've got a lot of mixed issues, a lot of diverse problems, and it's going to require someone who understands those problems and can do it with more than sound bites.
I would say rising income inequality. There's serious issues regarding rent disparity. That's a major issue. Bloomberg's brought a lot of prosperity to the city, but he's also made it somewhat of a wealthy commodity, which is good for people who can afford it. However, there's 8.7 million people here in the city, so that makes it somewhat difficult for the vast majority of those people to afford to live here. I mean, we have 10-12% people in New York City living below the poverty line, not including those who are on the margins. So I think it's a major issue. I mean, I think you can feel it just about anywhere, not just in Manhattan, but Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten.
I think it's really the economy and jobs, homelessness. So generally, I would say that I think the most important issue is making sure that the city's prosperous and that it's continuing to provide enough jobs in the right industries for people to move forward.
I think the biggest issue, no doubt, is going to be fiscal issues. The first question of the evening regarded union contracts. I think that's the biggest fiscal issue on the table, and it will be the most pressing and telling of the qualities of the new mayor.
Economic issues of attracting more jobs and more businesses here to the city. And in addition to the taxes and the expenses associated with rent paying here in the city, the additional burdens that are going to be coming with the whole Obamacare legislation are going to, I think, further make it difficult to attract more businesses to the city.
The economy is definitely the biggest issue. Unemployment over 9%, as one of the mayoral candidates mentioned, in New York City. Certainly, people having jobs, more income into the city coffers will hopefully provide for more services, reduce crime, and there's a whole lot of things that are tied to an increase in economics for individuals and how that plays into improving the quality of life. So economics is going to be the most important issue to address.
I think the biggest issue is the responsibility to create jobs.
Well, I think it depends on if you're the mayor or if you're the constituent. If you're the mayor, I think the biggest issue is the economy. I think we've got nationally, we've got millions of people out of work. We've got hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers out of work. But I think if you're the constituent, I think we've really got to talk about education reform. I think that's one of the biggest issues that's going to continue, and I think it should be a bipartisan issue. The problem is there's so much special interest surrounding it that I think the mayor is going to have a challenge now and probably for the next 4 or 8 years. So I would have to say education and the economy are going to be the top issues for whoever becomes the next mayor of New York City.